Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter came out in 2003. It was first released on both Xbox and PlayStation 2, and later in 2004 it came out on the PC. And honestly, this is one of the most underrated first-person shooter games that came out on the console. This game is absolutely awesome. If I was to try and describe what this game is like, it's like a combination, and this is like obviously not like what the game it was influenced by, but it feels like if the sort of new Judge Dredd film was mixed with like The Expanse, with the exact type of thing that you would want from a good Boba Fett game. That's what this feels like, and it's so good. All of the weapons in this game are incredible. This machine gun, this is like the opening gun you get. Not many games just give you a minigun as an assault rifle, and it has this like overcharge mode that absolutely obliterates people. You get this pistol in the first level as well that has an auto fire where all of the bullets just lock onto someone and you can absolutely obliterate things. A shotgun that you can charge up. You got like a random cattle prod as well. It is crazy the weapons that you can get in this, and it's the type of weapons that you just do not get in like how do I say it, like in modern gaming with that level of like creativity that's gone into them. But the story of this game, I'm going to keep it quite brief. I don't want to spoil it for people that might actually want to play the game, but the story is pretty brief. You're playing as this Mace Griffin guy. He is part of the Rangers squad, which is like an elite task force. They get betrayed very early on in the game, so this is not really much of a spoiler. You then get sent to prison, and you come back out of prison to hunt down the people that betrayed you and find out the mystery that's behind everyone's death. And honestly, that's all you really need to know. It's a great shooter going into this. It's honestly like so fluid for what it is in the game. There's so many like little qualities of life that this game have that I'll talk about more as we go through the video. There's that overdrive noise. Oh, so nostalgic. But yeah, like there's so many quality of life things that this game that other games were not doing at the time, but for some reason this game just does it, and it's great as a sci-fi shooter, definitely up there, and I can't believe more people haven't played this game. One of the things I would like to note as well is that the voice work in this game is really good. So the voice actors in it, the Mace Griffin is played by Henry Rollins. If you know who Henry Rollins is and you're a fan of Black Flag, you know how good of a voice actor he is, especially if you're a fan of like Legend of Korra, where he was Zahir in Legend of Korra, one of the absolute like greatest villains in any animated show, as well as being the lead singer of Black Flag on the Rollins band. Like, he is a phenomenal person, phenomenal actor, and honestly, like his ability to convey scenes in this are great. It adds so much more to like this character that has actually got like a dedicated voice actor behind the role. Now, when the game came out, it was received very middle reviews. PC on average was like 56 out of 100, PS2 62 out of 100, and Xbox was 64 out of 100. So it was like a mid-tier game. And honestly, I can say I will die on this hill. This game deserved so much better. It is great. The world building and lore in this game when you play it, like there's little scenes, like there's a bit when you first get released from prison, and rather than it all just being a cutscene, it reminds me so much of like Half-Life 2, in the sense that like rather than or just like the opening of the first Half-Life, rather than just giving you a cutscene that you can't control, you're on a like animated, fully explorable like spaceship ride into the place where you're going to get released from prison, and it just adds so much more to the world because everything's interactable. There's so many things going on, there's so many different aliens, humans, everyone's just going about their day, and it just makes the world feel so lived in and like grand and big. If you're watching the gameplay stuff at the moment, this is just me completely not understanding the objective or the assignment and just thinking that no I am right, and realizing I am completely wrong because I wasn't looking at the little crosshair at the top that tells you where to go. But weirdly enough, this game actually did receive a prequel comic which was sold quite well, released by Image Comics in 2003, and it kind of just tells the events prior to the game, because the game gives you a little bit of an explanation to like how the universe exists and how the humans have like discovered alien life and expanded in the world or universe, but it doesn't really like give you too much information. So if you want to know more, there's always that bit. But one of the things that I have to talk about especially like if you're talking about Mace Griffin, one of the things you absolutely have to talk about in this game is how good the ship combat is in this game, because not only is it a first person shooter, it's also a first person flight game, and the space combat is incredible. Like you just have to, like, it's pretty standard, but it always feels action packed. Like it's no more harder than just fight these people, destroy these people, but it feels so tight, and it feels so like almost as if they built the space combat engine first and then went on to do the rest of it. And like when you're in them space fights, the music, everything, it hypes up, it goes up to 11, and it just feels badass. Like honestly, I fucking love it. I think it's great, and I would recommend it. Like if you're just a space sim sort of person, I'd recommend it just for this, because it truly feels like playing something like Elite Dangerous. It's got that level of intensity to it. It's that first person view. It's not as in depth as an Elite Dangerous, because they've made the controls simple, like simple to understand, hard to master, which I think is always the best combination, because it's like you can get the basic controls, but there's just so much little more just tacked on top, and it's great. Like this, if you're watching the gameplay at the moment, that like you're flying around, you know what's going on at all time, you can see where the enemies are, you're not getting blindsided by random stuff. It's just awesome. But one of the things that like I need to talk about in this game is how seamless the transitions are between flying your spaceship in levels and the first person shooter sections. They're just, as you'll see here, like so smooth. That was just me attempting to land and absolutely butchering it. But when you actually go through, so when you have to land, you have to fly through these landing zones, and all in one, like there's no loading scenes. It will just turn you to where you need to go. That's just me just randomly shooting the gun to see what happens. But yeah, it was just like all of this now. This is like, I don't know if this is like a hidden loading screen. This is a PlayStation 2 game, and it's got seamless transitions between getting in your spaceship and getting out of it. Like, not even Starfield does that at the moment. Just bear that in mind. Not even Starfield, which has recently come out, has seamless transitions. It has secret loading screens between like going through doors. And this one, look at that. Like, I've landed. I just go straight out my ship, and I'm in the level. Look at that. How cool is that? But yeah, that was me rambling about Mace Griffin Bounty Hunted for a little bit. It's one of my favourite games, and I really recommend it to anyone. I've already said I recommend it many times in this video, but I'm just saying it one more time. But anyway, my name's been Retro Gaming Goose, and thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.